This is the bionic leg that can read your mind. When Zach Vaughter wants to take a step, he thinks it, and it happens.
There's nothing special about it in the sense that of what I've had to learn. I just get up from a chair and walk.
Vaughter lost his leg in a motorcycling accident, but his brain is still sending commands to a leg that isn't there. This prosthetic has electrodes to read signals in his thigh, a computer to process them, and a mechanical leg to execute them. On this monitor is a readout of the signals Zach's leg is getting from his brain when he thinks about moving.
So knee out, put my toes down, toes back up.
A bionic eye is an artificial device designed to restore vision to individuals who have lost their sight due to certain medical conditions. This technology has been a dream for many years, and it is now a reality for people with certain types of visual impairment. The bionic eye is designed to work by converting light into electrical signals that can be interpreted by the brain. The device is implanted in the eye, and it uses an array of electrodes to stimulate the remaining healthy cells in the retina, which then send signals to the brain to create an image. Today, there are several different types of bionic eyes available, including those that are partially implanted, and those that are completely implanted.
Prosthetics are being engineered to look, move, and feel more natural, like this. The future of prosthetics is bionic limbs that mimic and one day go beyond biological function. Around 2 million limb amputees in the US alone rely on prosthetics of some kind to reproduce the limb functions they've lost. Numerous amputees now also turn to bionic options to help them with their day-to-day tasks. So what makes bionic limbs different from ordinary prosthetics? To put it simply, it's how they're controlled. Bionic limbs are externally powered and controlled through electric signals from the muscles or nerves above the level of amputation. Bionic limb prosthetics like the Hero Arm use special sensors to detect the smallest muscle, nerve, and electrical activity in the remaining limb and use microprocessors to convert these into intuitive and proportional bionic hand movements. Prosthetic technology has come far in the last several decades when it comes to how to control the limb. But what about touch? Our sense of touch is very important to our everyday lives. It helps us identify objects without looking and tells us how much pressure to apply in order to pick it up. But amputees with prosthetic limbs don't get this sensory feedback about what they're touching. So now some bionic limbs offer a sense of touch as well. Researchers have been able to partially endow amputees with the sense of touch on their bionic hands. This was done by using electrodes to feed precise electrical stimulation to their arms at the point of amputation. One amputee reported that they could feel their bionic hand and sense the position of its fingers. Other amputees were able to distinguish hard and soft objects in their bionic hands. Second thing holding back the wider adoption of bionic arms is their overall usability. Most bionic arms on the market now, regardless of where they fall on the price spectrum, are heavy, can suffer from reliability issues, and come with some input latency. There have been significant advancements in allowing users to control their bionic limbs using the same nerve impulses that control their organic limbs, but the degree of responsiveness isn't always there. Although advanced devices like the modular prosthetic limb with its 100 sensors and 26 independently controlled joints are getting closer, simpler and cheaper devices can glitch and lack functionality. The Esper arm hopes to curb this issue, utilizing the power of machine learning to grant users better control of their prosthetics over time. It uses prediction algorithms to eliminate much of the latency that can plague bionic arms. Despite the limitations, researchers are working to expand the range and function of prosthetic devices. The future of prosthetic technology is filled with possibilities. Bionics can help people reimagine what isn't there, transcend physical barriers, and be able to gain movement and feeling.
Thanks to advancements in medical science and technology, Scientists and researchers are coming up with a novel way to cure blindness. Seen the bionic eye of RoboCop? Well, we're not quite advanced enough yet to have a completely bionic eye, but we're getting there. Researchers across the world are attempting to restore vision for the visually impaired, and it seems like a team of researchers at the Monash University have made some incredible breakthroughs. The Glinaris Bionic Vision System has been developed by a collaboration between a team of researchers at the Monash Vision Group situated in the Monash University. Existing technologies are not yet able to do this, which is why the bionic eye, developed by the Monash University, is expected to be a modern-day scientific miracle. Now, let's look at how the bionic eye will function to get a better understanding of how it will help the visually impaired. The Glinaris Bionic Vision System comprises of a number of items that will all work as a system together. Firstly, there's a piece of headgear. These are special glasses that have a camera in place of the glass lens. The camera captures whatever the person looks at. The camera sends visual data to the video processor mounted on the side of the headgear. The vision processor takes the video input coming from the camera and simplifies it into a very basic, pixelated form of video and then sends the output to a wireless transmitter. The visual seen by the person will be in the form of a heavily pixelated image. So where a person with normal vision would see a ball, a blind person wearing the bionic eye will see the ball represented as pixels arranged in a circle. The wireless transmitter will transmit the output from the video processor into a set of 9mm thin tiles that have to be transplanted into the brain. There are almost 10 implants that will stimulate up to 43 points in the visual cortex. The tiles contain electric circuits that will convert the data from the wireless transmitter into electric impulses for the brain. The design process was particularly difficult because the developers had to make sure that the headgear and the implants were biomechanically comfortable as well as precise and stable to enable smooth transmission from the wireless transmitter to the implanted tiles.
To have this hand look any way I want. What if I don't want a hand? What if I want a tentacle?
Modern advances in the world of prosthetics are changing lives across the globe. Where once there was stigma, amputees are now empowered and enhanced. From low-cost 3D printed designs to high-tech innovations, I wanted to see how access to these technologies has changed, what further developments are around the corner, and what ethical battles lie ahead.